Shalom, everyone. All praise to the Most High, our Creator of heaven and earth, Ahaya Ashe Ahaya, the Holy One of Israel, the Ancient of Days, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, our Provider, our Sustainer, our Redeemer, our Healer, our everything. So today I just wanted to bring to your attention what's been brought to my attention, through the Spirit. And this has to do with, Passover, which is tomorrow night, April 1st, in the evening, and also the Feast of Unleavened Bread that follows the week after that. So when I was going through my cabinet with my children, we were looking at all of the different ingredients, and this is our second Passover. Last year we kind of, we didn't do it the correct way, I guess you would say. But this year we're taking it a lot more seriously. So when we were going through all of our goods in the cabinets and trying to figure out what has leaven, what has yeast, it was eye-opening to say the least. So everything on the table right there has some form of yeast in it. And, it's disturbing because it's like, it's the products that we buy from the store. And I know it's not the healthiest, but it's very eye-opening when you understand that they're attacking us through the food. So, this is a law for all time for Yasharel to observe the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's right here in the scripture. It's a night to be observed for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord. Again, it's for all time. It's forever. There's not a year that we are to miss this. And now that we're, out of Christianity and really in the Word every single day, certain things just really jump out at you where, Easter isn't mentioned in a positive sense in the Bible, whereas Passover and the sacred calendar actually, in Leviticus 23, Deuteronomy 16, Exodus 12, all give like examples of how to celebrate these days. And, a lot of these days are supposed to be forever. And we haven't been keeping it the right way. And that's just a trick of the enemy because the enemy is very subtle. But if you've been cleaving to Yah, if you've been reading the word for yourself, what I'm saying is true because, it's really all about the food. He told us, make sure no leaven in all your habitations, forever. So it doesn't have to say leaven on the product in order for it to be leaven. So what you're looking at on the screen right now, these are just leaven by another name. And it's very disturbing because you would never know. You would never know because they give it some scientific name that you can't even pronounce until you look it up and you discover, holy crap, there's some form of leaven in it. And I say all that to say what they're planning to do, what I see the enemy planning to do, is, it has something to do with these cell phone towers that go up because we don't understand how our body, how leaven, how, all these acids interact with our digestive tract. And it's disturbing to think that they essentially want to, make our insides explode, eventually when they set off these towers. And that's exactly what they're going to do, or try to attempt to do. But if you remove all leaven, all forms of leaven, all forms of their chemicals from your body, you just eat clean by the letter of his law, by the letter of his dietary law, you'll be fine. And I've been saying this for about the last year now. I have multiple videos on other platforms, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, multiple videos saying it about the food. But I didn't even understand myself what I was saying until today when I was looking at how well the enemy hid, the leaven. So, and what leaven really is and what it can do when it interacts with vibration and frequency and sugar and all this other, it's crazy. It turns into like this brown, hard substance in your intestines. And this is in addition to, just harboring, parasites, which is a whole nother topic by itself. And I have videos on that as well. This is in addition to all those extra things. Okay, so, the thing that really set it off in my mind to what's going on is when, you roast the Passover lamb, but you must eat it with bitter herbs. So when I went to go look up what bitter herbs is, I was very surprised because for the last year, roughly, maybe a little bit more than that, I've been taking like oregano oil and chamomile and wormwood and all these things on the screen. I've been naturally taking. I adjusted my diet last year and I didn't even really know why. I just been on this kind of health journey in addition to everything else. And when I looked up what bitter herbs was, it's everything that I'm taking in an oil form right now. And I was like, wow, okay, so he really wants us to purify our insides at this time of year, because he knows, right? He's testing our obedience, right? That's number one, to his word. So if we're obedient to his word, we don't even have to know about all the scientific stuff and all this extra stuff that's going on, where he's just testing our obedience. But through reading, you gain understanding, and through doing, you gain understanding. So, I just wanted to show you guys that this is very serious. The enemy is very tricky. They're very sneaky. They got everybody thinking about loss of benefits, World War III, missiles flying. And I'm not saying any of that stuff is not coming. I don't know. But the most pressing issue right now, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, the Trojan horse is the food. And it's not even close. It's 100% the food. America has the worst, regulations when it comes to what they allow, what they can call food. When I went through my cabinets, 95% of what was in there had to come out. So for the next week and a half, and probably even further than this probably is so eye-opening. I probably never go back, to eating that way habitually. Again, it's very, very, very eye-opening to, why we have so much inflammation, why we're so backed up, where the cancers come. It's all the food. Everything is the food, guys. Everything. Dr. Sebi once upon a time tried to tell us, and I'm here to tell you again, this is a spiritual war, and they're fighting it through physical means, and they're using Yah's law to do so. But, they're using it against his children. They're using it against everybody, and everybody else is kind of collateral damage. And it sucks. It sucks to say. Some things that you would never even think contain yeast, have yeast, or some form of leaven by another name. All right, so I'll just let this, the slides play for a little bit, and you guys can kind of check them out and read through them and screenshot or do whatever you need to do to, do your own research and clear out your own cabinets and try to line yourself up with Yah's word. And again, I believe the scriptures are Exodus 12, talks about the Passover, Deuteronomy 16, again, Leviticus 23, and there's plenty more, even in Jubilees, I believe, Jubilees, maybe chapter 6 and 7, and then probably chapters 48 and 49, all talk about the Passover, when it is, how to celebrate it, how to calculate it. But again, it is the official Passover for the children of Yasharel, without a shadow of a doubt. It starts tomorrow evening, April 1st, 2025 at sunset. Not the date that the Ish people give, which is 2 weeks too late, and it's 2 weeks too late for a reason, because whatever the enemy is planning, whether it's this year, next year, whatever year, the event happens, is going to be too late. So you guys got whatever time you have to take this seriously or not take it seriously, or take it to Yah or not take it to Yah. But I just wanted to put the message out there as I received it, so you guys can go ahead and make your choices and do what you need to do to protect your loved ones and yourselves, and reflect on what has been presented to you. All right, so the video is just going to play for the next couple minutes, so you guys can look at the slides, and I'll jump in at the end. All right, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, our creator of heaven and earth, Ahaya, Ashe, Ahaya. And again, please do your own research, but I just wanted to present to you guys my findings, what he's shown me today. Literally, as I received it, I put something together just to kind of get the word out there, because the enemy is very tricky. I love you guys. Salah.